Various teases in the Godzilla and Kong the New Empire marketing promises a proper Titan war is finally about to happen in the Monsterverse.
Of course you realize this means war.
Welcome to 30's Feedback, folks. So, by all indications, a true Titan war is finally about to play out in Godzilla and Kong the New Empire. Wars between Titans have been discussed since Godzilla King of the Monsters, but such a conflict has yet to be witnessed on screen in Legendary's movies. But based on the marketing for the Godzilla vs. Kong sequel, that will change when Godzilla and Kong face off against the Monsterverse's Scar King. The concept of a Titan war is hardly new to the Monsterverse, with the first reference to one coming in Godzilla's second movie. The hidden messages in the Godzilla King of the Monsters credits detailed a war where humans battled titans thousands of years ago. What was presumably a different monster war received a much bigger role in Godzilla vs. Kong, as it was used to provide a backstory to Godzilla and Kong's rivalry. But since none of the movies had offered flashbacks to that distant past, audiences have yet to actually witness a real Titan war in the Monsterverse. The second trailer for Godzilla and Kong the New Empire drastically raised the likelihood that a modern-day Titan war is on the horizon. In the footage, it's established that the Godzilla and Kong cast has discovered a mysterious signal from the Hollow Earth. As Dan Stevens' character says, the signal is a call to war. The trailer then shows the Scar King trying to rally a group of ape titans, thus implying that he's the one getting ready to wage war. From the looks of things, the Scar King's signal is an effort on his part to bolster his forces before he actually attacks humanity. Attack! The choice of words in the Godzilla and Kong trailer is quite telling when considering the importance of the ancient Titan war between Godzilla and Kong's ancestors. The murals shown in the opening credits, combined with a number of skeletons found in Kong's Hollow Earth temple, paint a grand picture of what a Titan war would look like. Legions of giant monsters fighting each other. So far, the biggest battle the Monsterverse has featured is a 2-on-2 fight, Godzilla and Mothra vs Ghidorah and Rodan in King of the Monsters. With that in mind, a war anything close to the scale of what Godzilla vs Kong teased happening in Godzilla and Kong would easily be the largest fight the Monsterverse has ever shown. Such a scenario would explain the fear expressed by the humans in the trailers and the mention of a world-ending threat in the synopsis. If brought to the surface, a full-fledged war between two armies of monsters could devastate the planet's human population, regardless of who wins. The inclusion of a Titan war in the present-day Monsterverse feels like a fitting development for Godzilla and Kong, especially if certain theories about the Scar King prove true. Since Godzilla vs. Kong seemed to purposely avoid revealing very much about the ancient Titan war, there was a sense that the Monsterverse was intentionally saving these mysteries for a follow-up. And with Godzilla and Kong playing up its connections to the history of the Titans, it's extremely likely that its central threat is directly related to the biggest event in their past, the Titan War. The Scar King's warmongering in the trailer reinforces that notion. His desire for war, combined with the fact that he leads a group of ape titans, goes hand in hand with the Monsterverse's ancient history. Because Kong's species has already been involved in a monster war, there's a good reason to suspect that the Scar King had something to do with it. For a while now, there's been much speculation as to why the respective species of Godzilla and Kong went to war in the first place. If a particular member of one side, in this case Scar King, actively pursued war, that would explain why they came to blows all those years ago.
I want to fight you.
If the Scar King or the mysterious new Ice Titan teased to appear in Godzilla and Kong turns out to be the real instigator of the original Titan War, that would make this new conflict a sort of sequel to that event. In this way, Godzilla and Kong can launch a proper Titan War on the big screen and provide a resolution to the first one at the same time. Going in this direction would allow Legendary to finally pay off all its talk of unseen warring between the Titans of the Monsterverse. Naturally, a war cannot work without multiple combatants. Shimo, the name given to Godzilla and Kong's Ice Titans by the merchandise, is in a position to be one of Scar King's allies. And while it's hard to say if they'll stay with him indefinitely, it appears the apes seen in the trailers will account for most of his army. It may or may not encompass other Hollow-Earth monsters as well, though that remains to be seen. As for Godzilla and Kong, they have no confirmed minions in Godzilla and Kong they can count on, but setup does exist for them to have an army of their own. In fact, the Monsterverse is full of potential allies for the two monsters. One in particular, Mothra, has already been confirmed to appear in Godzilla and Kong in some capacity. Shown in a vision in the second trailer, the Monsterverse's Mothra seemingly has an important connection to the battles ahead. It's possible that Mothra's role is to help Godzilla and Kong win the war against the Scar King and his forces. There's also Scylla, an insect leg that bears a striking resemblance to Scylla's Monsterverse design was spotted in the first trailer, which may mean that the King of the Monsters Titan is about to return. I'm back! Scylla showing up would make sense since she represents the Titans Godzilla took control of when he beat King Ghidorah. All of Ghidorah's minions found a new master after Godzilla's triumph at the end of King of the Monsters. Similar to how Ghidorah called all the Titans into action in the film, Godzilla can bring them all back out of hibernation once more, this time to help him stop the Scar King. If so, Titans like Rodan and Behemoth could finally get their opportunities to fight by Godzilla's side in Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire.